2023 marks the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. It's a legitimately exciting thing for me, because I actually really love Disney. Not necessarily as a company, but for all the amazing art they put out over the last century. So I won't lie, I was excited to see Wish, because it was supposed to be a celebration of all those 100 years of magic. But man, I wish it turned out better. The idea itself I really like. The origin of the star from the studio's main theme song that Disney characters have been wishing on all these years is a fantastic idea to celebrate the 100th anniversary. And they came up with a pretty good story for that origin. The idea of an evil sorcerer king literally holding a kingdom of people's wishes hostage, and a young girl on a mission to free them with the help of a magic star, is a great fairy tale story that has the potential to embody everything that Disney has represented through its stories over the years. But unfortunately, the end result is a bland, rushed mess. The movie feels a little bit like it's on fast forward. The way scenes play out just feel like they're trying really hard to get to the next scene. There are so many moments where characters react to things in such a quick way that it just doesn't feel natural. All the while, there are random songs just popping in and out. Which, let's talk about. The dialogue that leads up to the songs is clunky and usually makes them feel like they're starting very abruptly. The main song, This Wish, is overall pretty nice. Although, some of it is a little wordy, and I don't really like the stank that Ariana DeBose puts on some of the lyrics. But for the most part, it's a very good song that my girlfriend Brie can't stop listening to. And I can tell it's going to be a Disney staple. Like, they're definitely going to play this at the theme parks over like some fireworks or something. As for the other songs, they're not Disney's greatest. They all have decent ideas, but they all end up being really wordy and hard to follow at times. Plus, the tone of them feels off. Like, for example, everybody's pointed out how weirdly upbeat the villain song is. Tone is kind of an issue with this movie for me personally. And this in particular is just a me thing. But the personality of the characters, particularly the main character Asha and her little friends, gives off this annoying vibe that permeates the whole film. And the best way I can think to describe it is that it feels like the whole thing was run by a group of cringy theater kid friends. And you can feel it in all the dialogue and songs. Now, I want to address a major elephant in the room. The animation. Personally, when I first saw the teaser, I was blown away by it. I loved that Disney was finally going for the 3DS 2D style, and I thought it looked beautiful. Plus, it's not just copying what Spider-Verse, Puss in Boots, and Ninja Turtles are doing. They went for it in their own Disney way. At first I thought it was the same software and technique that they used to create Paperman and Feast, but I haven't read anything that says whether or not it was. And the thing is, yeah, in the final product, it's a mixed bag. For some stuff, it looks great, like the effects animation on stuff like Magic or whatever, and it looks wonderful on the little star character. This little guy might be my favorite thing about the movie. He's just got such a fun and adorable personality, and that's all thanks to the animation on him. I really hope they keep him around for stuff like shorts and cameos and whatever, like what they've done with Tinkerbell and Jiminy Cricket over the years. But yeah, he's a very different character design from the more traditional Disney-style humans that make up the rest of the cast. Oh yeah, and the goat. The animation on them ends up looking more like unfinished CGI the more you look at it. Maybe the reason it worked for the star but not them is because he's just two colors and one simple shape, while they're more complex designs. Regardless, what that does show to me is that the technique can work, and this is probably just a stepping stone for better stuff in the future. That is, if the artists are allowed to improve on it. I can't prove this, but I have a strong hunch that this movie suffered from the Frozen 2 problem. In their own documentary on the making of Frozen 2, Disney is surprisingly honest about how the artists needed much more time to flesh out their ideas for the film. But the executives just wouldn't budge on deadlines and ended up rushing the whole production, leading to a very lackluster finished product. I get the feeling that the same thing happened here. It would explain why the story doesn't flow well, why the songs don't mesh with the rest of the script, and yes, why the animation isn't as good as it could be. And if that is true, that is very disappointing for a celebration of a century of art. Well, those are just my thoughts on this film. What'd y'all think? Agree? Disagree? Think I'm stupid? Let me know in the comments, and let me know what you thought of this film. As for me, I say, Wish, more like Midge. Disney can do much better, and they know it.